After watching Rush's first live performance with Anika Nilles, I think a lot of people are asking the wrong question. It's not, can anyone replace Neil Peart? Because the answer to that is obvious. The real question is, what is the one thing Rush absolutely cannot afford to lose? In that performance of Finding My Way at the Juno Awards, a lot actually worked. Geddy Lee sounded strong, the band had real energy, and Anika brought something different, which was a sense of swing. The performance really worked, like I said in my recent video, but some people are still uneasy about the regrouping and the reunion. A lot of people think that the issues are technical. Can Anika play the parts? Can she match the complexity of Neil Peart? But that's not really the problem, because Rush has never been about just complexity. Plenty of drummers can play complicated things. Very few could do what Neil Peart actually did. So here it is, the one thing that Rush can't lose. Intentionality. Every fill, every transition, every dynamic shift. With Neil Peart, nothing felt accidental. His playing didn't just support the song, it explained the song. It told you where you were going, and why it mattered. Rush was never a jam band. There were never occasional notes or improvisation thrown in. Their studio albums were extremely crafted. Their stage presentation was built around the idea of replicating their albums live. That kind of playing means the drummer isn't reacting in live time to the music, they're composing in live time. And that's where things get difficult, because you can bring in an incredible drummer like Anika Nilles, but the role shifts from composer to interpreter, and something is really dangerous here. To be fair, we didn't see much of what I'm talking about through the Finding My Way performance because it was not a Neil Peart song, it was a John Rutsey song. The question is, when they move into Neil's material, will the same level of intention and attention to detail be there? This is a true fork in the road for Rush and for Rush fans. Should Rush preserve their sense of deliberate construction and do everything the way Neil would have done it? Or should they lean into a more open, interpretive feel? Because both can work, but they're not going to be the same, and for a band like Rush, that is a big difference that really matters. This is why some fans feel so protective. Rush wasn't just great because they were skilled, they were great because we knew as fans that everything they did meant something. And if that meaning starts to fade at all, it's not going to feel like Rush anymore. So I actually think that what we saw at the Junos was very promising. There's a lot of great potential there, but the real test is still to come. Let me ask you, when Rush goes out and plays Rush material based on Neil Peart's composition, what's going to matter more? Perfect accuracy or just preserving a sense of Neil? Personally, I feel like this. They're going to come out and do things more loosely than they did with Neil because Anika is that kind of drummer. This is what she brings to the table. I think some fans are going to gel with it, and some fans are not going to like it very much at all. Really important signature fills, she will probably try to keep those intact, but in other areas, I feel like she's going to experiment a bit, and it's going to fall on us to decide for ourselves. Do we feel that her embellishments are improvements, or do they weaken what was traditionally one of the strong points of Rush? Every note was predetermined, there was intent behind everything that was done, and improvisation was based on very rare moments, mostly off-screen, that fans never heard or saw. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Welcome, members. Most people think that the hardest part of drumming a song Tom Sawyer is the intro groove, or maybe the pre-synth breakdown. But that's not it. The real test for any drummer stepping into this song, especially